Yeah, we back. Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast. It's your boys. Hey, listen, before we get started, we got like a brief announcement to make, and we just gonna make it brief, and then we're gonna get right into what we gotta get into. Um, as you can see, it's just two of us. Uh, we had some complications, and things didn't work out like the way we wanted it to. So we had to part ways. Jay decided to move on. We wish him the best of luck, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? If you would like more of an in-depth explanation, you know what I'm saying? Most of us that we all in the same spaces, we could probably talk about it somewhere down the road. But right now, we're just gonna leave it as that. So that's what happened. We're gonna keep it moving. You know what I mean? Salute to him and his future endeavors, but business as usual.
No,
So
bro, he future endeavored us.
yeah, basically that's basically what happened. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know the story, we got the 411. You know what I'm saying? All we could say is that he decided to part ways with us. That's it. He
It
was
is
not.
what it is. We're gonna keep rolling like normal. Me and Bars, instead of being the dynamic trio, we the dynamic duo, and we gonna keep doing what we doing.
Yep, that's just basically what it is, and that's all we got to say about that for now. Um, but yeah, Darkwing, I'm gonna let you. You gotta lead this. You gotta lead this because I was in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So Darkwing got the 411 on this amazing pay-per-view. Well, it's not really a pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying? It was on YouTube. You could stream it for free. But it was our PLE for now, you know what I'm saying, until they get a off-the-chain TV deal that will catapult them to the next level. We talking about Ase. We take it away, Dub.
So, for those of you that don't know, Ashe is a all black promotion that's based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Um, they just had I guess you can call it pay per view, but it was free on YouTube this past Saturday, the 29th. And they had a main card which started at 7, and they had the pre show started at 5 East Coast time. So I'm in Central time zone, so it's 4 and 6 for my time zone.
Mm-hmm.
So for the pre-show match, they had Keith Mack versus Dante Khalifa. Um, I missed the beginning of that match because I forgot about the pre-show and I was playing College Football 26 on my PlayStation. So I missed the beginning of that match, but the end of it, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I can't say that I remember who won, but I think it was Keith Mack that won it. I don't know. You might be able to. I don't know if you caught the pre-show match.
Nah, I didn't catch the pre-show. I caught the tail end of Tasha Steeles and
Okay.
Maya Friday. I caught the tail end of that. So what was after the match that you just said? They just had one match on the pre-show and that was it?
No, they had another match. It was Ashton Starr,
Okay.
and it
Okay.
was another person. Ashton Starr won that one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't pay too much attention to it. Ashton Starr's that dude there, boy. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but between this one, like he's flamboyant. He's flamboyant. There's nothing wrong with that either. Nothing wrong with that. It's just when I first saw him, it caught me off guard. You know what I mean? He got the ponytail, he got the eyeliner and all that stuff. It just caught me off guard. But there's nothing wrong with that. You live life how you want to live life. But it was a good match. It was a
Mm-hmm.
good match from what I paid attention to.
Mm-hmm. Now, Asher Star, there's a few people that he reminds me of. Um, he reminds me of Gold Dust when he debuted. The not the Gold Dust that we know now, you know what I'm saying, but the Gold Dust when he first came into the WWE, he was going after Ultimate Warrior and he went after Razor Ramon. He had the heart on his chest and all that stuff. That's who Aston Starr reminds me of. He definitely reminds me of old school Goldust. Yeah, for sure.
It makes perfect sense because
Yeah.
they pretty much have the same mannerism. So
Mm-hmm.
why
Mm-hmm.
not capitalize off that while you can?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah.
And then I think the next match was Billy Dixon and Ryan Rembrandt.
Okay.
Uh, yes, now we're getting into the main card that started
Mm-hmm.
at 7 Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Dixon. It was a pick your poison match. So Darius Carter got to pick who Billy Dixon faces, and if Billy Dixon wins, he gets the next shot at the Ase Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So Darius Carter chose Ryan Rembrandt, who's like his protege per se, and Billy Dixon won that one.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match though. It was a really good match. Apparently, so the good thing about the pre-show, it goes deep into how they got there. So apparently, Billy Dixon and Darius Carter have a 5-year history. So so now they're rekindling that rivalry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, we spoke about this, and Billy Dixon reminds me of Mabel from Men on a
Yes,
Mission. Yeah, he
yes,
reminds me of Mabel. Ryan Rembrandt. I got a funny feeling that Ryan Rembrandt and Darius Carter are going to form a tag team somewhere down the line, because they're like, okay, so Ryan Rembrandt reminds me of Darius Carter, and he reminds me of D'Lo Brown a bit, and there's a few other people that he reminds me of. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I got a funny feeling they're going to team up and become a tag team somewhere down the line, similar to what Regal did with what I forgot this guy's name, because Regal had actually the blue bloods were like three. I believe there were three guys. Then there was then another guy dropped off, and then it became two of them. Like, hold up, I want to pinpoint this exactly. So then blue bloods tag team. Okay. All right, so the blue, here we go. Here we go. It's just like I said. The original Blue Bloods, was Regal. It was two other guys. Two other guys, just like I said. And they ended up, it's real hard to explain, but they had, okay, so the Blue Bloods had, the members was Lord Steven Regal, Earl Robert Eden, the Squire David Taylor. So those were the three that were involved with each other. Regal teamed up with these guys back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I believe it was the David Taylor that he ended up ending the Blue Bloods tag team with, but Bobby Eaton, I believe, is who he started with. So getting back to what I was saying, he Darius and Ryan Rembrandt remind me of the Blue Bloods. So I'm thinking in my head that at some point in time these guys are going to probably form a team. They're going to form a stable similar to that because they're very much similar. But I like Ryan Rembrandt. I think he's cool. I like what he was doing in the ring. Yeah.
yeah. It was a good match. It was a good match. I had with them rekindling that rivalry with Billy Dixon and Darius Carter. I kind of had that feeling that Billy Dixon was going to win. So I wasn't all that surprised that he won. But now we know that the next Ashe show is going to be Billy Dixon versus Darius Carter for the Ashe Championship.
hmm and here's a fun fact that just came up on my screen. Here's a fun fact about the Blue Bloods. So it says the Blue Bloods was a professional wrestling tag team in WCW featuring Lord Steven Regal, Earl Bobby Eaton. Originally, Regal's tag team partner was supposed to be John Paul Levesque, Triple
Oh,
H. Triple H was supposed to be his tag team partner. But then Levesque left for WWE. Eaton replaced him. The team was known for their comedic vignettes where Regal tried to teach Eaton how to be a proper English aristocrat, despite Eaton's southern background. That's right. So Bobby Eaton was never like, I never knew this until later. Bobby Eaton was never from England. He was from down south.
it's just like Triple H was never from what was it? Was it France?
Yeah, yeah,
He's from Connecticut.
yeah. So when I heard about this, it kind of threw me off. I was like, what? It's sort of like with Razor Ramon. Everybody when he first debuted, they thought he was Colombian or whatever, or Cuban or whatever.
Cuban.
Cuban. He wasn't Cuban. Just Italian guy. So, but he fooled me though.
Yeah, everybody for he did a good job of playing that off.
Yeah, he definitely fooled me, man. But yeah, that was just a fun fact. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So after the Billy Dixon and Ryan Rembrandt match, we had a one-off match. So during the championship tournament, Darius Carter interfered on a match with Jordan Holt from Ugly Gang, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't get to participate in that tournament. Darius Carter took his place. So they had a contract signing after the Billy Dixon and Ryan Rembrandt match, and Darius Carter didn't read the contract. So he just signed it and said, "Here, you sign it." Billy Dixon signs it and he said, "Oh, by the way, since you didn't read the contract, I'll tell you what you just signed."
Mm-hmm.
This was you were supposed to face Yaya tonight, but that was not my pick your poison match.
Mm-hmm.
My pick your poison match is this guy right here, and it was Jordan Holt from Ugly Gang.
Oh,
Jordan
yeah.
Holt from Ugly Gang actually got a championship match last night,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
which ended up being a pretty good match. I mean, Jordan Holt was high flying, and there we talked about it on the phone, bro. That drop kick from Darius Carter is different.
Yo, his drop kick is Randy Orton like. Real crisp and clean. He was like, "Bow!" And for those of y'all who were in the comment section of Ase's live when they were live, I was in the comment section for Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle following the play-by-play while I was talking to Dub, and I said it. I said, "Yo, man, that drop kick is Randy Orton like, cause he caught him out of nowhere," and everybody was like, "Facts, facts." Look, man, listen. If y'all not putting y'all money on Darius Carter right now, then shame on y'all, because that guy is a legitimate star, and he is WWE bound or whatever promotion he goes to. If he decides to go to another promotion,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, they're going to have a gym on their hands, and if they treat that gym properly, it's going to go to amazing heights. So we gotta give our hats off. We gotta give our hats off to Darius Carter, because he's doing a phenomenal job over there for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Darius Carter is doing his thing, and I also, fun fact, I think I told you about it last night, that
Mm-hmm.
there I think they have him as the number 2 or number 3 person that's going to be up to join the WWE ID program.
Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. I'm telling you right now, because we spoke about it. You know what I'm saying? We both thought that he's definitely going to be WWE bound, because that character itself is. We're not saying he couldn't go somewhere else. We're not saying he couldn't do that. But as far as the theatrics that he presents with his wrestling style, that's all WWE plays off of. You understand what I'm saying? He's the total package. He could be comedic. a super heel, and he could be all the above. He's that guy. Right now, of course, he's a diabolical heel, and I'm praying that if WWE does pick him up from the ID program, which is most likely that's what they do, I'm praying that he ends up, you know what I mean, being one of their top guys for the future. You know what I mean? But
Especially as a heel, bro. Especially as a heel, I can see it right now. If they decide to put him in a stable, like I can imagine him with a heel Carmelo, and then you get the
yep.
Street Profits. I know everybody wants the Street Profits and the Carmelo being the, but he would be the perfect person to be that. Like everybody, we all saw the picture with our Truth with them. Take our
Mm-hmm.
Truth out and put a younger person in there, like a Darius Carter. Bro, you got the making of a huge faction.
Facts, facts, facts. And if you're trying to make up for all the crap that you've been doing with our culture, that's the perfect way to fix it. That's the perfect way to fix it. That's the perfect way to get the WWE universe back in your favor, especially on the culture side. That's the perfect way to do it. Because I'm telling you right now, he's a star in the making. Please don't fumble it. Don't fumble it. If y'all
If
get
he
it,
does, no, I was gonna say if he does end up signing with WWE through the ID program or whatever the case, even NXT, whatever the case may be, for the love of all that is holy, please don't mess this up.
don't,
Please.
don't mess it up, please. We want to see this man go far. Please don't mess it up. You know, yeah.
But to continue on with Ashe, I believe the next match after that was Mia Friday and Tasha Steeles.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha Steeles got the win. It was a good back and forth. Mia Friday, she's very young, so she's got plenty of time to grow. So I think I think it made perfect sense to give Tasha Steeles the win for the women's championship tournament
Mm-hmm.
because of all of her. What am I looking for here? She's more seasoned than Mia Friday. So
Mm-hmm.
this gives Mia Friday a chance to grow and learn from the veteran Tasha Steeles.
Facts. Correct. Correct. I caught the tail end of that match, and I seen after the match when Tasha Steelz won, she was talking trash when she was leaving the ring, and then that was it. But yeah, I definitely see Tasha Steelz going far in that tournament. You know what I mean? To possibly win that title somewhere down the line.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I think that puts Tasha Steeles with Renee. I can't remember all these names. That's my fault for not being more prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But there's four names left in the women's Ashe Championship tournament. Um, and then after that, we had the rounds match with Jonathan Gresham and frontman Josh C.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was gonna like this match because it was supposed to be a straight grappling match, but it was more of a wrestling match than it was a grappling match.
Mm-hmm.
And I never, I've seen I've seen Jonathan Gresham, but I didn't realize how small he was. Like he's stalky, he's bulky, but I
He's
didn't
a
realize how short he was.
he's like a pit bull. He's
Yeah,
like a pit bull. You know what I mean? He's definitely like a pit bull. You know, I followed Jonathan Gresham all the way from the Ring of Honor days, and I thought he was dope then. Especially where he got the octopus mask and he got the flag. Like I wish he brings that type of character to Ashe, but he's probably going to do that eventually. But yeah, that's I think his mask is cool. I always thought he was a dope wrestler. When he left Ring of Honor, man, I was heartbroken, man, because I felt like he was one of the pillars of Ring of Honor at that time, and like even when he did that stint in AEW Ring of Honor, I was still upset when he left, and I was like, why is Tony letting him leave? But he said it himself that he didn't want to be there for whatever reason. So You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad to see Jonathan Gresham and Ashe, and I hope he does amazing things there. And I mean, possibly going for the world title somewhere down the line. I know he faced Darius Carter before already, but I know they're going to end up facing each other again sooner or later. So
Do you think with his wife being already over there in WWE, he ends up over there? Or do you think he stays away from that?
I think he's going to go to WWE. He already made hints. He already made hints about it. I think he's going to end up there at some point in time. He made hints. Like I've watched him on videos or whatever. He made hints that he could possibly join his wife over there. Um, he's one of the ones that he's not going to probably spend much time at NXT. He's going to probably go up to the main roster. Now, now my concern is because he don't. My concern is how they're going to book him, booking wise. That's even my concern with Darius, how they gonna book Darius. But how they gonna book Jonathan Gresham? Because Jonathan Gresham is a hard-nosed wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a hard-nosed wrestler. How are they gonna book him? I'm thinking they use the whole Dean Malenko type of booking with Jonathan Gresham. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking, also thinking too, they put a mouthpiece with him to boost up his character. You know what I'm saying? Because Jonathan Gresham doesn't talk much. You know what I mean? He's capable of doing some talking, but he doesn't cut that. I haven't heard him cut any promos as of late. Have you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He lets the wrestling do the talking for him. So I feel like they could put a manager with him, like somebody that could really talk. Yeah, man. The sky's the limit for him.
So before we continue on, you saying that he needs a mouthpiece. Who would you choose as that mouthpiece for him?
You know
Would
what?
it be a male or would it be a female?
You know what, man? Like, there's plenty of talkers there in WWE, like that could be brought up in the conversation. Um, like honestly, the only person that I could see that, like, even though I know he's in a situation, the only person I could see talking for him, like that could really make his character something, is probably Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman could Paul Heyman could do wonders with his character. Um, my thing is, like, would they ever consider doing something like that when he gets there, or if he goes there? You know, like, would they ever consider that?
Guess we'll have to find out. Who knows?
Yeah,
Um, but frontman Jossie, he looked real good, and he's a bigger guy too.
yeah,
He looked real good. He controlled majority of that match against Gresham, but it was probably by design, which is fine because Gresham has all the experience. Jossie doesn't, but he
mm-hmm.
controlled that match, and for a bigger man, that dude can move for a bigger man.
Yeah, and you ever, and you seen when he was talking, he made references to that. Like
Mm-hmm.
he said about he said somewhere along the lines of his experience, and that he want to show that he can go, and he definitely did. He definitely showed that for sure.
Absolutely. And fun fact, I think I told you this last night, but Jossie graduated from the school of Seth Rollins.
Yeah. So perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example of why he's so good. Seth Rollins is one of the best in WWE right now.
Hmm.
You know, so yeah, for sure.
And then at the end of that match, he calls out the owner, Darius Lockhart, the revolutionary.
Hmm.
So they're gonna have a match here in the near future. I believe their next show is in September,
Yeah,
and I think Jossie is supposed to face off against Darius Lockhart.
yeah. I believe they said September 6th, if I'm not mistaken. And they said September 6th. So yes, guys, we will be reviewing that as well. We will be reviewing that as well, September 6th. And that card is starting to shape up too, because I think Darius Carter has a match on that card too, doesn't he?
I want to say it's the Billy Dixon match.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So. Hmm.
And then after that, we ended up having Charity King versus Jordan Blade for the championship tournament. And let me tell you something. Jordan Blade reminds me of Shayna Baszler.
Yep, we said that. I remember we talked
Yeah.
about that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
She reminds me of Shayna Baszler. And then once I looked her up and got a little bit more information on her, she is practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So it makes perfect sense as to why she reminded me of Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. She has that Shayna Baszler look. Everything about her, very technical, ruthless, aggression type of mystique about her and everything for sure. For sure.
I think if she were to go to a place like a WWE or AEW or TNA or something like that, matching her up with somebody like a Shayna Baszler, or if it's AEW, it's what's her name? She's with Moxley right now. Name is on the tip of my tongue.
I know you're talking about Maria Shafir.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If you match her up with somebody like that to be like a manager for her, I think that would work wonders for Jordan Blade because they're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That will work for her. That will work for her. You know what I mean? If that was to happen.
Absolutely.
Sure.
But unfortunately, Charity King ended up getting the W for the tournament. So Charity King moves on. Jordan Blade, we'll see what happens. But if she continues going down this route and hones in on that jiu-jitsu side of hers, I don't see nothing holding her back.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely put on a crazy match. She definitely put on a crazy match. Charity King, man, she's a pack of dynamite.
Yes.
Like she is tough. Like them forearms she was throwing, she was like, bah! I was like, yo, them joints were ricocheting across the and I'm thinking it was my speakers that's connected to my TV. It was like pow! I was like, oh, dang, you know what I mean? But yeah, she was doing her thing for sure. Yeah.
Yes, she was. Yeah. And then after that, we had Darius Carter versus Yaya. So Darius Carter had 2 matches last night. 2. So we had Darius Carter and Yaya, and Darius Carter ended up getting the win, but we had some interference with Ryan Rembrandt coming in, and then Billy Dixon comes out to make the save. And once again, this goes back to these big men like Yaya. You ain't supposed to be that big and be able to move like that. Same thing with Jossie. Like, where are they finding these big burly men, but that are athletes and can move like they're little?
They find these people the same way they found the NBA found Zion Williams.
Yeah.
Cause these guys can move. Remember I told you the last event we reviewed with Yaya doing that Swanton bomb, I thought it was a 747 doing a front flip. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. That's pretty dope. They had a pretty good match. Their match was pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, every time like I see Yaya, then I saw Jossie. Like, Alshay knows how to find these big dudes. Like the Cream Pie Poppy, he's a big guy too that can move. I'm like, where do they find these big dudes that can move like they're little dudes? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And Keith Lee was the same way in WWE, but we know he's been riddled with injuries. But Keith Lee was the same way, like a big man that can move like a little person.
Yeah. Y'all for those of y'all that don't know Keith Lee, y'all gotta look at his work in Ring of Honor. Y'all gotta look at his work in Reality of Wrestling. You gotta look at his work in those 2 promotions because he really, really, really is an amazing athlete. I remember when he was teaming with Shane Taylor. A lot of people don't remember that. He used to team with Shane Taylor, and they were a tag team, and they used to do some crazy stuff as big men. So I'm gonna tell you, man, all these Keith Lees that are coming out, these guys are doing some amazing work. This dude Yaya looking like a fighter pilot jet. Flying, going through the spreading, doing a Swanton bomb. Like, Remember I told you about it. I thought the ring was going to collapse. I was like, yeah,
Man,
man. I was like, yeah, whoever's taking that bump, yo, they're a soldier for that. Cause
they because I think my ribs would have been crushed.
yeah, yeah.
That is a big man landing on you like that. Bro, I like if we over here working up the match before the match or whatever, and I hear Darius Lockhart or the commissioner tells me, yeah, we're gonna have Yaya Swan. I'm bowing out. I'm like, nah, bro, I can't do it. Can't do it. You too big, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yaya did his thing, man. That was a great match, man. They did their numbers. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we ended the show with Suge D versus Bishop Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop Khan getting a win. And let me tell you something about this match. That was a technical fight.
Yes.
There
Yes.
was no punches pulled, none of the flips and all that stuff. It was just Suge D Khan
Yeah.
technical match. And I quite honestly, I really appreciate that because a lot of indie promotions they go more into the flippy stuff to try to get their fan base. But I appreciate them having more of a technical fight.
Yeah, I agree, man. That match deserves a round of applause. That 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 match deserves a round of applause because they went in. There was one point where Suge D had him wrapped up on the ropes and was pulling down. I was like, yeah, man, this is about to be over. And then he got himself out of that somehow. Like, man, like they went to work on that match. They went to
Yeah,
work
they
on that.
did. Yeah, they did. So I all in all, so one thing that I noticed about the crowd at Ashe 10 compared to Return of the King, the crowd wasn't as big. And I'm assuming that's gonna be because Return of the King, it was Return to Cedric Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed both shows. And I gave the Return of the King, I gave it an A minus. And I think I'm gonna give this one an A minus also.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that rating. I think it was an A minus too. I do I did see that they definitely improved in certain things as far as the visual. I remember the last time I spoke about it being kind of dark, so I really couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see. That wasn't the case. This one, the lighting was perfect, and that just goes to show you that they listen to the fans. Like they listen to the fans, they listen to the people, and it's nothing wrong with seeing something and then adjusting it because I do believe I do believe it was more or less like the spots that they were filming in when they're doing the transitions to another location, the certain spots, you know what I mean? And they fixed that. And it was like clear, HD quality. I had no complaints here. You know what I mean? The incredible event.
And that's really good compared considering that they're doing it on YouTube.
It,
It's not being backed by like a Peacock or a Netflix or in AEW's case HBO Max and Amazon. No, this is on YouTube. So
mm-hmm,
they're doing the best that they can with what they get on YouTube, but they
mm-hmm.
still making it look like it's good quality.
Exactly, exactly. And I think that means a lot. And like that also goes to show you that they are trying their best to be another alternative to these other promotions, and we already consider them an alternative. Actually, I already do. You know what I mean? We've said it time and time again. It's just a matter of time before they actually get a TV deal. Because when a TV deal comes in, the price is going to go up. I already know it for sure. The price is going to go up. And I know you fans are going to complain. You're going to have some type of legit feelings or whatever. But hey, man, it's business. And at the end of the day, that's what we should want for them is to get a TV deal. So,
Absolutely. Can you imagine if Triple H will allow his black wrestlers to go over there and wrestle or showcase? Like, not only
oh,
not only would it bring more eyes to Ashe, but it also gives those black wrestlers that are not being seen on TV more exposure. Like, can you imagine Carmelo Hayes going one-on-one with Darius Carter or Darius Lockhart?
Oh man. Oh my
Or
God.
somebody that we haven't seen on TV in a very long time, Omos, going one-on-one
Oh.
with like a Yaya or a Billy Dixon.
Oh my God. That is money. That is money. That is moolah. That is cha-ching. Oh my God, man. Like, listen, listen. I'm gonna say this, man, and I know the IWC is gonna be pissed. I'm gonna say this, man. That's a good way to get back into the graces of the. That's a good way to get back into the graces of the people. I know they ain't gonna like it, but hey, listen, y'all gotta look at it like this. You know, we're not saying ownership. We're saying the collaboration. We're saying collaboration, collaboration. We're not saying ownership. We wouldn't dare want a bigger promotion to go and buy them. We think they're good by themselves. But a collaboration like AEW does with New Japan or these other surrounding promotions, what? That would do wonders for Ase. That would put them on the map.
And not even just like a regular old collaboration. Like, let your black wrestlers go over there and wrestle. Because it's an all black promotion. So let your black wrestlers go over there and wrestle. Can you imagine the Street Profits versus Ugly Gang?
Oh man, that will be fire.
That little warehouse that they're wrestling in, it will sell out. As soon as they see a WWE name is showing up, just like they did with Cedric Alexander last month. As soon as they saw that Cedric Alexander was going to show up, that place sold out. Mm-hmm. So imagine if Carmelo Hayes announces that he's going to go wrestle for Ase. That place is going to sell out because Carmelo Hayes is a big name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Omos, even though we haven't seen him on TV, Omos is a big name. Trick Williams, Obafemi, especially the Street Profits coming off being the tag team champions. And we're going to go down there to Ase and wrestle. That place will sell out.
Yeah, and the only reason why, because I know a lot of y'all going to ask, why WWE? Why not AEW? Well, AEW's already doing stuff like that. AEW's already doing that. A lot of the AEW guys have collaborated with Ase already. Like
Bishop Khan.
Yeah, Bishop Khan is like one of them. And we seen recently we seen what's that tag team? I forgot their name, but y'all you know who I'm talking about. Like I forgot their name. They were teamed with I can't remember their name off the top of my head. They'll come to me, but we already seen them in Ase Wrestling. So Ase's already doing stuff like that with AEW. So AEW wouldn't be in a conversation, but somebody like WWE doing that will show that will show not only are they listening to the fans, but that will show that they're trying to do something different, and that would definitely be different, you know.
And I also mentioned WWE because we know that AEW doesn't have a problem promoting and pushing their black talent. Whereas WWE, once they leave NXT, because we know Shawn Michaels doesn't have a problem with it, once they leave NXT, that's where they get lost in the shuffle. So that's why I also say WWE.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you know, once the talent goes up to the main roster, they kind of get lost in the shuffle, and it's kind of like that's it. Like, you know, we don't see much of them no more after that, you know. So to do something like that would definitely be how Lockhart would say revolutionary. You know, that would definitely be revolutionary for that to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what do you think will happen next with Ase Wrestling, like moving forward? Like, what do you see in their near future?
Man, all I really want for them is to continue to grow. I want us as people to continue to promote them because at the end of the day, they're a smaller company and they need fans to promote them to get their name out there. So I feel like whether if it's on TikTok or us doing our podcast and promoting them, they need not just us, but they need everybody to promote them. We've seen with other content creators that if you promote them, they'll even repost your stuff too.
Yep, yep. That is very true. Very, very true. And they definitely have their eyes on a lot of content creators because they follow they follow, so they know, they're informed, they're in the know, they're in the know for sure. Yeah.
That's
Well,
all I want for them is just continue to grow, continue to promote uh black wrestlings because the people need to understand that yeah, there are a bunch of great wrestlers out there, but a lot of these great wrestlers are also black, and we don't really get to showcase that every week, other than if you're watching AEW, because we've seen the swerves and the hurt syndicates and the ricochets and stuff like that getting pushed and pushed and pushed on AEW programming. But that's
mhm.
all they really get to see because we don't get to see that on other programmings unless you're watching NXT. So I feel like as long as we keep, as fans, keep backing them and pushing them, somebody will realize, like, man, we there are great black wrestlers out there, and this is what our community needs.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, man, continue to push the culture and keep the culture elevating. That's what we need right now more than anything. We need that elevation for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, if that's it, then that was our review for Ase Wrestling's 10. And their next PLE, as you would say, will be in September 6th, I believe. And we're definitely going to check that one out too. We already told you some of the matches that will possibly happen at the event. We know there's more to come, so we're going to be following and giving in-depth detail on what's going to happen next on the promotion. So, that's it. Any closing thoughts?
Ashe 11th. I'm sorry, Ashe 11th scheduled for September 6th, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like it's going to be on YouTube once again. So when September 6th comes around, make sure y'all get on YouTube. It's free. It's free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
want to watch these special shows for WWE, AEW, you got to pay for them, or you got to have a subscription. YouTube is free.
Yep.
So let's support.
Let's support them now while they're doing these things on YouTube. Because I'm telling you right now, if they get a TV deal, the price will go up. Trust and believe. The price will go up. So let's support them now and be a part of that support system and elevate them.
And they will remember us too. If you make enough content about them, they will remember. Like, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
Dub and Bars was promoting us. Let's let's get them out onto a show. You know what I mean? Or whoever's out there listening right now. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
y'all supported us, so let's get them out here to a show. So they will remember us.
Yeah, for sure. We be ready. We ready for that smoke. We ready for that smoke, Ashe. Let us come out there and represent.
Because we want the smoke.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so if that's it, we gonna catch y'all on the next episode. We got a lot of content coming up. We got some more recordings we're gonna be doing this week. We appreciate you guys' support. We see you guys are watching. Some of y'all are not subscribed. Subscribe to the channel. We got officially right now, I believe we got 42 subs. We trying to get to that 1,000 mark. Make it happen for us, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to our channel. Comment below. Share, share, share. Like. That's all we ask for. It only takes a minute of your time. That's all it does. It takes a minute of your time. Yeah.
Show us some love. Show us some love. And I promise you, you follow us. If we see that you follow us, we follow back. So let's go.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely follow back. So without further ado, it's your boy Escott Bars, Wrestler Media, the dynamic Darkwing Dub. We'll be back with another one. Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast.